Right now on 5 on your side at 10.
One storm after another.
Quite an experience, one I've never been through and hope I never live through again.
8 tornadoes, heavy rain, flash flooding.
We're responding to things as we can.
Cars and basements underwater.
Before you know it, there's just a flood coming through the back door.
Neighbors working through the weekend to clean up the damage.
Tree limbs on houses, trees on houses.
Rain and storms not letting up today, both beginning this morning and going well into the evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Brent Solomon. Let's start tonight with meteorologist Jim Castillo to let us know if these intense storms are behind us, Jim.
Yeah, Brent, so today alone, since last night at about midnight, we've had about 5 rounds of very intense thunderstorms in the St. Louis area. Let's go back to Thursday. Here is from the National Weather Service, and there they are, the 8 tornadoes confirmed, and 3 were in St. Louis County, 2 in Franklin County in Missouri, so that's 5 in Missouri, and there were 3 on the Illinois side. Down around Farmington, concentrated straight line wind damage, anywhere from St. Genevieve to St. Francis County. And then, of course, we had that intense lightning. Boy, this is from last night. Angel sent this in from Lincoln County. And very terrifying lightning for many, and the pets were obviously very freaked out. So the 24-hour rainfall, some of the totals upwards towards 4 inches, and those isolated heavier spots, Sunset Hills almost 3, Wentzville 2.36, Union 2.27, Lambert 1.59, and Belleville 145. The radar is showing this stuff finally moving on to the south and east. Couple lightning strikes around Mount Vernon still at this hour, but we do have a couple of dry days and then more chances for rain. We'll talk about that coming up in just a bit.
All right, we'll see you then. Several days of heavy rain flooded basements across the St. Louis region. 5 on your side's Mark Maxwell found those flood waters can bring some unpleasant smells into your home.
We are seeing more frequent, more intense rain.
As relentless rain pelted roadways and rooftops above ground.
Water in the basement, yard flooding, and then also just general sewer issues.
The runoff rose in rivers and backed up into backyards and basements.
We're seeing a lot more stormwater problems. That number's grown exponentially in recent years.
Emergency calls overwhelming dozens of city crews at the Metropolitan St. Louis Sewer District.
We're responding to things as we can.
But what's bad for basements can be good for business.
It was just one after the next after the next.
Heather Schilly inspects flooded basements for Roto-Rooter.
All right. Oh, honey. You have sewage. I mean, this is sewage. I can smell it. Oh, yeah. I mean, well, it happens.
This river is commonly referred to as the backbone of the St. Louis sewage system. Engineers built it to sweep the sewage away from homes in the city, but when rainwaters start to rise, sometimes that same sewage can back up into your basement.
There's some things that can't be replaced, and, and it gets ruined by sewage. This is a horrible thing that can happen to someone when you have 2 feet of sewage, like sewage sitting in someone's basement, ruining memories that people have made for years. I mean, this is awful.
Sean Stone with the city's sewage department says they barely have enough money to maintain the drainage systems they have now.
There's not enough money there to make upgrades to the system and deal with specific flooding and erosion issues that we're seeing more of as we see these more frequent and intense storms.
Reporting in St. Louis, Mark Maxwell, 5 on your side.
Well, storms canceled Point Fest tonight at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. Organizers are trying to reschedule, but it will depend on when the artists are available. If you had tickets, keep an eye out on the venue's social media pages for updates. And another postponed event, STL Fest, was supposed to return to the Big Top on Washington Avenue today. Now it is being rescheduled for tomorrow. If you can't make the new date, you can request a refund from organizers by Monday. Today, one of the Humane Society's largest fundraisers returned to Forest Park, but the event had to shut down halfway through because of the storms. 5 on your side's Travis Cummings has a look at what took place before that happened.
So y'all are packing up?
We're packing up, unfortunately.
After a 2-year hiatus due to the pandemic, the Humane Society of Missouri's Bark in the Park takes another dive.
You can take shelter in your car.
This time, the weather.
We're really, really disappointed, but our customers, our guests, our animals, all the dogs that were here, their safety is our priority, and we saw that it was getting pretty dicey.
Event director Shayna Cook and her crew pulling the plug on the fundraiser in Forest Park right after a successful 5K, and owners strolling through with their furry friends to show support.
We anticipated about 1,000 dogs or more.
A big animal rescue trailer on the grounds too, with a bunch of puppies and small dogs up for adoption, all closing up due to storms rolling in.
The majority of our participants registered online, so I think it'll be interesting. We'll go through the finances next week, but it'll be interesting to see how we did.
Bark in the Park typically fetches $200,000 a year. The money benefits the organization's Animal Cruelty Task Force.
That is our investigative team. They respond to calls of animal abuse and neglect 24/7, 365 days a year throughout St. Louis and all of Missouri.
While this cancellation puts a damper on things, these animal advocates are staying positive for the pause.
We'll take a hit a little bit, but we're strong, and we'll be back with our next event soon, and we'll be back next year with Bark in the Park.
Travis Cummings, 5 on your side.
And you can still donate to Bark in the Park online. Look out for their other events coming up this summer, and keep in mind, the Humane Society always has pets available for adoption. Charges tonight in the deadly shooting of a 16-year-old Rockwood student. St. Louis police charged 22-year-old Graylin Lindsay for the murder of Kiara Jeffries. The Eureka High School student was shot and killed last weekend in South St. Louis. Lindsay is also charged in another deadly shooting on Aubert Avenue in North City earlier this month. A woman named Ariel Dixon died in that shooting. Lindsay is also a suspect in 2 other shootings that happened last year, but he has not been charged in those cases. A 20-year-old is charged with killing a man in St. Louis's Shaw neighborhood. Police say Christopher Brennan was shot and killed in his backyard last night. A man named Kyle Anderson Stone was seen on video shooting Brennan. Stone is now charged with murder and armed criminal action.
Chasing the Cup, sponsored by Car Shield.
All right, the St. Louis Blues were back home tonight, taking on the Colorado Avalanche for Game 3. You see Sports Director Frank Cusimano joining us now with the latest. Frank.
Well, 26 years ago, the Blues were poised to win a Stanley Cup. They had Wayne Gretzky and Brett Hull on the same team. But in the postseason, their star goaltender, Grant Fuhr, got hurt, and the Blues never got there. We flash forward to the first period tonight. Calle Rosen and Nazem Kadri collide into Jordan Binnington. Binner tried to get up. He tried to play, but as you can see, he could not. Second period, and the guy partially responsible for the Binnington injury, Kadri, will get the deflection goal to give Colorado the lead, and the final 5-2 Avalanche. They lead this series 2-1. Game 4 will be Monday night here, and the story will be the health of Jordan Binnington. We know nothing as we speak. We'll take you to the post-game press conference in about 20 minutes.
All right, we'll look forward to that. For the very latest on the games and the times and how you can watch, just text the word BLUES to 314-425-5355.
Food for a cause. A local church stepping up to help the people of Ukraine. How you can help their mission. The CDC investigating a new virus, Monkeypox. Our Verify team explains what it is and how it spreads.
Round after round of storms. I'll let you know when we'll be able to give our umbrellas a break and when we'll have a few completely dry days.
President Biden is in South Korea this weekend. While there, he signed a $40 billion aid package for Ukraine. It provides military and humanitarian help along with support for refugees. And the St. Louis community continuing to show its support for Ukraine. Today, there was a fundraiser at St. Mary's Assumption Ukrainian Catholic Church that's in South County. People could buy a hot plate of Ukrainian food like beet soup, sausage, and potato pancakes. We caught up with organizers about why this event is dear to their hearts.
All of the money that we collect will go to save life, save kids' life, save soldiers' life, save mother's life, save any life that exists there.
And that money will go directly to the front lines, supporting troops and their families as well. We have a list of ways you can support the people of Ukraine. You can text the word HELP. Again, that number is 314-425-5355. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Let's go ahead and take a live look at Studio 8H tonight. The cast and crew are getting ready for a new episode of Saturday Night Live. There you see the crew and the audience getting ready. This is the season finale. And hosting tonight will be Natasha Lyonne. She's the star of the Netflix series Russian Doll, and it's her first time hosting the show. The musical guest is Japanese Breakfast. You can watch right here on 5 on Your Side in about 15 minutes right after the news. Tonight, health officials in the U.S. and across the world are now investigating a recent monkeypox outbreak. The U.S. reported its first case of the virus this week. Our Verify team is now breaking down what you need to know about the virus and where it comes from. A warning, some of the pictures you're about to see may be hard to look at. Here's Ariane Daytil.
European and American health authorities have identified a number of monkeypox cases in the recent days, mostly in young men. But what is monkeypox? Where are these cases and how does it spread? I'll walk you through what we can verify using these sources. Question 1. What is monkeypox? According to the CDC, the illness was first identified by scientists in 1958, when there were 2 outbreaks of a pox-like disease in research monkeys, hence the name monkeypox. The disease originates in wild animals like rodents and primates, and it occasionally jumps to people, but human-to-human transmission is also possible. The first known human infection was in 1970 in a 9-year-old boy in Africa, where the disease is now endemic. But on Wednesday, a Massachusetts resident tested positive for monkeypox, making it the first case detected in the United States this year. There are also confirmed cases in Portugal, Spain, and England. Health experts say these recent cases are surprising because it's the first time that monkeypox appears to be spreading among people who didn't travel to Africa. Question 2. What are the symptoms of monkeypox? Most patients experience fever, rash, and swollen lymph nodes, according to the WHO. Although people with more serious illness may develop a rash and lesions on the hands and face that can spread to other parts of the body. Monkeypox can be fatal for up to 1 in 10 people and is thought to be more severe in children. Question 3. How does it spread? Monkeypox is transmitted from one person to another through contact with lesions, body fluids, respiratory droplets, and contaminated materials, such as bedding. And finally, is there a treatment or vaccine? In September 2019, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration approved Jynneos, a vaccine for smallpox and monkeypox. Adults 18 years of age and older who are determined to be at high risk for smallpox or monkeypox infection are eligible for that vaccine. That includes the elderly, people with certain medical conditions, and those who are or were recently pregnant. So how much should people worry about this?
Because you're not infectious when you're not symptomatic, I think you have greater chance of eradicating it. I am much more concerned about coronavirus at the moment.
If you have more questions about monkeypox, just tweet us at Verify This. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Daytil.
Well, it seems we've been dealing with rain, and more rain. Jim Castillo joining us now. Do we get a break?
Yes, put away the umbrellas for 2 days and then bring them back. Rain gear back by Tuesday into Wednesday and part of Thursday. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm just the messenger here, but we have cool weather now. Boy, it feels really chilly out there. A lot of lightning, a lot of thunder, multiple rounds of intense storms. Lambert, it's still drizzling or raining a little bit, but look at this, the past 24 hours. When you see the green here, a lot of areas had well over 1.5 inches of rain, some up to about 2 inches. And then you get a little bit of yellow right along Interstate 44, even a little bit around 70 in Missouri. And we've had over 2 inches and up to 4 inches of rain. Blue spots, probably 1.5 inches to 1 inch, but that is rare, the blue. There's a lot more green on there for sure. Tonight, Arkansas, the focus for the severe weather, and it was just to our south and east all evening long, and still watching a little bit of thunder and lightning even in our southeastern counties. Places like Jefferson County in Illinois, Mount Vernon getting a little bit of that there. Some heavier showers still. And then back into really Carbondale, pushing on into Evansville, Indiana. High today was at midnight. So midnight last night, 72 degrees, 56 during those intense rainstorms today. The temperatures plummeted and very gusty wind in there too. 1.42 inches and at least since midnight last night at Lambert. And of course, the total, two-day total, much higher than that. So what we have is areas of low pressure riding up on this front, and they're right there. That one is causing severe weather down into Arkansas tonight. But it's chilly. Lincoln and Omaha about 48 right now. So tomorrow's highs in the 60s. Very cloudy tomorrow, but at least it's going to stay dry. And of course, that chance of severe weather is just south and east of us tonight and this evening, and it's going to continue to stay well to our south. So it's over with for tonight. So here's our futurecast. Sunday probably won't clear until very late in the evening. And then, of course, Monday looks good. And then by Tuesday, that chance of rain comes right back in here. 10-day forecast is showing that chilly weather all week long. That rain returns Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But it does warm up and dry out. By next weekend, we're back in the 80s.
All right. Well, I mean, a little break, 2 days, we can take that.
Yeah, we need it.
Yeah, we really do.
Yeah.
Jim, thank you for that.
Of course.
All right, Frank now with what's next.
Well, we have a little bit of everything coming your way, including the Preakness, the PGA, the Cardinals beating Pittsburgh, a lot of P's there, and the Blues. We have it all coming up. In these playoffs, Jordan Binnington was saving about 95% of the shots he saw. The question is now, will we see him again in these playoffs? Let's go to Enterprise for Game 3. First period, Ryan O'Reilly wins the faceoff, and Colton Parayko unleashes a cannon that smashes Devin Tays' stick and beats Darcy Kemper. A little later, Callie Rosen and Nazem Kadri both smash into Jordan Binnington. Binnington tried to go, but as you can see, he simply could not. Colorado took a 3-1 lead in the second, but in the dying moments of the second period, that man, Ryan O'Reilly, with a great goal, it's 3-2. But here was the backbreaker in the third. Billy Husso was going to the bench. Colorado made them pay. Gabriel Landeskog with the goal. Colorado wins the game 5-2. They lead the series 2-1. The captain on the loss of Binner.
Yeah, no, it's always tough. Obviously Binner's, heart and soul. Playing unbelievable, but yeah, I think it kind of, took the kind of momentum away and took us a little too long to kind of get it back going again. But, things like that happen. We're a deep team. And
you know what is a great idea? It's the Cardinals bringing up their two prize prospects this weekend, Nolan Gorman and Matthew Liberatore, not only because they need them, but also the opponent is the Pittsburgh Pirates. Liberatore recorded his first major league strikeout to end the first. He went 4 2/3 innings and allowed 4 runs and had 3 strikeouts. Paul Goldschmidt, well, he's hotter than electric cars. 3 more hits tonight, including this 2 RBI double in the second, and the Cardinals led it 4-0. Now, in the 5th inning, you have got to see this because it doesn't happen often. Brian Reynolds hits a blast off the left field wall, and the ball takes a bizarre carom. Reynolds can run, and he will run to a 2-run inside the park homer. It's a 5-4 game. Ryan Helsley throwing 102, closed it out late. Cards win 5-4. Third round of the PGA Championship in Tulsa, shot of the day. Rory McIlroy, 14th hole. This is 230 yards. And folks, this is almost an ace. Your leader is Mito Pereira from Chile. 69 today, including this birdie on 18. He's at 9 under with a 3-shot lead. Tiger Woods shot 79, withdrew because he's in so much pain. Game 3, Celtics and the Heat. Speaking of pain, Jason Tatum was on the court writhing in pain. Now, he eventually got up and returned to play, but that looked really bad. Anyway, Miami won the game. The final was 109-103. They lead the series 2-1. The Preakness today from Pimlico. Watching jockey Jose Ortiz was really cool. He swerved away, and easy voting was the winner. Epic Center was second, and Creative Minister finished third. A real exciting day in Baltimore.
Yeah, it really wasn't. So tough to see Bennington down like that.
Yeah,
It is.
I will say this. The coach has taken a real positive attitude afterwards. We got a great backup goalie in Billy Husso. We can be fine in Game 4. That's the attitude that he always takes.
Sure.
It wouldn't surprise me at all if they come back and win Game 4.
All right, let's make it happen.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Frank. Jim, a final look?
Yeah, so the rain is coming to an end, which is great. 2 dry days, and then we're cool all week. Rain returns by Tuesday, and then it does warm up next weekend and dry out.
All right, sounds good. Well, thanks for your company. That's all of our time. Saturday Night Live is next. Have a great one.